week, Thompson asked me if I would say a few words at the opening of tonight's concert. And I said, sure, I'd be very happy to. And then he came back to me and said, no, I need you to do the closing of the concert. And I said, well, why? And he said, because Mr. Burnett wants to do the opening. And I figured, well, maybe Mr. Burnett's got a long way to drive home, so he has to leave early, but he's still here. I should know better after all these years. He wanted to speak first, so I couldn't steal his lines, as he stolen mine. Tonight is one of my favorite nights of the year. I've got a few of them, and they're all for different reasons. But tonight is one of my favorite nights of the year because we have the whole spectrum of the music program from grade 6 to grade 12 here. And it's a wonderful metaphor for the growth that happens in our programs. Grade 6, many of them picking up an instrument for the first time, and then they progress to 7 and 8, and then the concert band and the jazz band here. This group, well, many of them were in the group last year, in the final festival, won a Superior Plus rating. Now, no one knew that a Superior Plus rating existed. Okay, so local urban legend is they had to make it up just for us. And we're sticking with that. Anyway, they won invitation to Music Fest Canada, which we're not able to take up because it's in Toronto, and the cost of getting 50 people to Toronto at a time of year when some of them got exams and so on isn't going to work. But we're putting them on notice that we're going to be fighting for a place a year from now when it's held in Richmond, and I'm pretty sure that they will want to gain another Superior Plus and get a place at that Richmond Music Fest next year. Now, I talk about growth and how wonderful it is to listen to the grade 6s start out and then become the 7 and 8s and then the superstars behind them. But I have to put these guys on notice. This is my 11th Winter Wonderland concert, and I don't think I've ever heard a grade 6 band so together as I did tonight. Is that they're going to have to develop a Superior Plus for those guys. Now, another reason this is one of my favorite nights, is because I am a wannabe musician. I grew up doing a little bit of piano. I went to a boarding school where the only music was a very suspect chapel choir and an even more suspect marching band for the Cadet Corps, which played the same 7 marches over and over again for 5 years while I was there. And they performed them every Saturday when we marched around the football field, and they performed them during 3 parades at the end of the year. It was not an environment conducive to music success. I had a passion for the organ, the pipe organ, and I actually persuaded the poor music teacher to allow me to take pipe organ lessons. That was a mistake on his part. I was not very good at piano, and what made me think I could possibly play pipe organ where you have to get the feet involved. I have size 12 triple E shoes, and I can't play properly with my hands, yet I'm now trying to get my feet in there as well. The only thing it was I put out of my mouth temporarily. There are 2 instruments in this world you should not be allowed to play badly. One is the bagpipes. In fact, I'm not even sure you should be allowed to play them at all. And the second is the pipe organ. And it has such power. I think that's why I love it. But when it's played that loudly and played badly, it is very painful to those who have to listen. Where am I going with all this? Well, this program has an environment that encourages growth and the development of expertise. The board sometimes asks me, how do you measure the success of the program? And my favorite answer, they don't like at all. My favorite answer is the best measure of a school is what its kids are doing when they are 30 years old. I believe that's true. Of course, it's a huge loophole for me with the board, because how are they going to judge me now what the kids are going to be like when they're 30? Partly why I like it, but I do believe it's true. And what is so important about tonight is that these kids behind me, the young lady, gentlemen behind me, have got to a level of expertise with their musicianship that it doesn't matter if they don't pick up the flute or the clarinet for the next 5 or 10 years. They have enough musicianship and enough skill that if they pick it up 15 years from now, they will be able to recapture what they have, and they will get lifelong joy out of their musicianship and their ability to play for their pleasure and for the pleasure of others. And that is the measure of this program. And they have huge thanks to give Mr. Martin and Mr. Thompson for that gift of lifetime joy. Thank you very much.